Okay. Apology, guys. I was having a hard time trying
No
to.
excuse, Michael. No excuse.
No problem, Jim. That's okay.
No, you don't get a pass on this one. It's really shameful.
Okay. We should be good to go, Mr. Chair.
Was sorry about that. I was muted. Welcome everybody to the West University Historic Zone Advisory Board meeting for September 9th, 2025. We'll go ahead and get started with a roll call. Jim Glock,
Present.
Rachel Sarah,
Here.
Lou Specknagel,
Present.
and Greg Stoner,
Present.
and Rick McDonald present. All right, we have a quorum. Can I have a motion to accept the WAR from our last meeting, which was back in July?
Jim Glock, so approved.
Rachel Sarah, second.
Rachel Sarah, second. All in favor, aye.
Aye.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Aye.
5. Aye. Okay, good. Michael, was there a call to the audience?
No, Mr. Chair.
No call to the audience. Okay. So let's go on to the main part of the agenda, starting with 437 East First Street, SD 0725000109. And who is going to be speaking for this?
I think this is supposed to be Bob Lanning.
Yep, we're here. Bob's here, Bob Lanning, and I'm Stephen Curdy.
Okay, let me make you. I'm making you the co-host.
Just let us know when to go. Okay. Can you guys see our screen?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. So that's our narrative. This is the historic property inventory form. All the usual stuff here in the front. This is the parcel right here that fronts on First Street.
Yeah. Sorry, I'm going to mute.
Sorry, what was that?
All right, my dogs are barking their heads off. I'm muting.
Okay. Yeah, First Street, and then also there's Hoff Avenue on the east side of the property. This is the contributing properties map. You can see that the main structure is recognized as contributing, and there is an accessory structure at the back of the lot, which, to be honest, we're kind of surprised. I'm kind of surprised it's not contributing because it is clearly it's an older structure, and we are preserving it. Here are some contributing properties in our development zone. This is a more zoomed up aerial of the site. And these are existing photos of the site, the main house. And then this is the accessory structure. And the program for this project is to convert part of this garage into a bedroom and then adding on a living space so that this structure at the back of the property will be an ADU for relatives of the family. So this is our site plan. What's critical on the site plan? We are proposing to extend a site wall for privacy, because we need an egress window in this bedroom, and our clients didn't want that egress window opening right into the alley, and so we are extending a site wall here. But other than that, one other thing that we wanted to, there's an existing pool on the property that was built in 1986, and we are demolishing that pool to make room for this addition right here. And this is the floor plan and the building elevations. And so at the top there, you can see that part of the garage will remain a storage room, and the other part is going to be the bedroom. And then this is the addition. And yeah, sorry about the airplanes. We wanted, this is the elevation, and we wanted the living space to be, a little bit taller, because these ceiling heights here are pretty small. And so we tried to basically step up, but it's just a gable structure, not unlike the existing structure. I don't know if there's anything you want to add to that, Bob.
So that's this elevation we're looking at is the east elevation from Hoff Avenue, but remember, there is an existing 6-foot sidewall right on Hoff in front of this, about 4 feet 7 inches away. So you'll see mostly from Hoff the wall, and then over the top of the wall, you'd see this gable addition with these the upper portion of these 3 windows in the great room of the ADU.
Yeah. Yeah, and I guess I should have mentioned on the site plan that, yeah, we, with today's zoning code, you're required to have a 10-foot setback, like a side street setback. And so that's one setback here that we're asking a reduction. 10 feet is required, and we're asking to go to 4 foot 8. Yeah, there are examples on Hoff Avenue. Even right here, the existing house is 4 foot, 4 foot 9. So in keeping with what's in the development zone. And one other detail that we're kind of picking up on is the main house has a lot of these kind of very decorative or ornate knee braces. And so that's one detail that we're picking up on. And yeah, all of our doors and windows are going to be wood-clad, aluminum wood-clad windows and doors. Sections, which, yeah, you guys probably don't care about.
I think, if I may, you meant to say they're metal-clad, aluminum-clad wood windows, not wood-clad aluminum windows.
Correct,
Yes.
correct. Sorry.
Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, anything you want to add?
No, that's it. It's like it's pretty straightforward ADU project is what it amounts to. A great room, a bathroom in the new construction, and then the bedroom within the existing historic garage at the rear. And we're leaving that carport at the rear alone.
I'm prepared to make a motion.
Okay, well, hold on for just 1 second. That's a good idea.
Okay.
Are there any questions from the board before we get to Jim's motion? Okay, hearing none. Go for it, Jim.
I am prepared to move that project should move forward as presented. Thank you, Bob Lanning. In particular, you seem to have our gestalt down pretty well, and it's nice to see things come through so smoothly. So with that, my motion is approve as presented, and I'll leave it at that.
We have a motion. Do we have a second?
I'll second it. Greg Stoner.
Greg, seconds. Thank you. We have a motion. We have a second. Any discussion? I have something that I'll just say. Is it clear on your application that you are requesting a setback waiver? Is it crystal clear? Does that need to be called out separately?
It's very spelled out on the site plan sheet, and I want to.
And it's in the application, in the
narrative.
in the narrative at the front end.
Okay, that's fine. If it's all in there, then Jim's motion to approve as presented works. We just don't want you guys getting hung up on that.
Yeah.
Okay, I have a motion. I have a second. Any further discussion? Hearing none. All in favor? Aye.
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 Jim Clark.
Aye. All right. All in favor? Aye. Good. Good. Enjoy.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate
All
it.
right.
Thank you, Robert. Good work once again in our neighborhood.
All right. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Okay. And we're going to do another version of kind of the same thing. So 528 East 4th Street, SD 0725-00107. Again, a conversion to an ADU of an existing detached garage. So who is speaking for item 4B?
That would be Jim Sauer.
The architect on the project.
Hi, Jim. Let me just write that down.
And Michael, it'd be great if you could let me screen share.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Yeah, the
There we go.
co-host now, Jim.
Okay, one can share at a time, advanced options. Let's see. There we go. Let's share this. Great. We're a couple blocks away from the last project, but it's very similar, as you guys noticed. Existing ADU or existing one-car garage in this case with a carport attached, and we're talking about converting it into a ADU. I did look up the Sanborn map. None of the auxiliary buildings in our development zone are listed as contributing, but I think this may date back to at least this 1919 map. Can't prove it. The construction is ceramic block, which is, it looks a lot like CMU, but it's actually a clay tile block with stucco over the outside. So here's our development zone. We're on the corner there, the southwest corner of 2nd Avenue and 4th Street. And here's our site plan. There's a large existing single family residence. It was probably a duplex at one point, considering that it has 2 front doors on the front porch that faces 4th. No change to the primary building. We're just talking about the existing garage at the south side, southwest corner of the lot. And you'll notice here, we haven't had the site surveyed, but it is right on the lot line. So, but we're not talking about changing the footprint of the garage at all. No addition, no changes there. So the existing elevations, it's currently 9 foot tall. It's got a garage door facing the street and a door facing the north and a door on the east side. The west elevation is completely blank because that's on the property line. Let me get this a little better centered. So what we're proposing is moving the roof up. As the previous applicant noted, the existing garage was not built with a interior ceiling height. And instead of doing any demolition, we're talking about building a box within the box. Leave the existing walls, build a wood frame inside of that, and that new wood frame would support the new roof. So we go from 9 foot to 11'4", still well under the main house, which has a peaked roof, and well under the auxiliary of the garage that's at the other end of the block. They're both non-contributing, so I'm not sure how relevant that was, but I was happy to see that. And we're talking about changing the opening. So on the north side, there's currently a door. That's going to be the bathroom, so I want to change that to a window. We would leave the outline of the door there visible with a recess, put a new window in there. The garage door replaced with French doors. And then on the east side, we would put a new door on there, but it's very similar to the door that's there now. Adding a lot of glass because to make it an ADU, we want more light inside than we get when it was a garage. And then, the narrative, I don't want to try to read through it. Basically, the big changes are the height and the openings. We're also adding scuppers because the current roof drainage goes through the building and there's lots of rot around where that used to be. So after 100 years, that didn't hold up very well. So we want to run the water off the roof with scuppers. And the client wants to have rainwater harvesting. So we're that's not part of this, but just so we set it up so that we can do that. So I guess that's it, unless you guys have questions.
I just want to thank Jim for really speaking to the spirit of the neighborhood, and that's what we want to do. We want to see more ADUs. We want to, I mean, I'm in for densification, so if we can fit more people in to our community, the better. And it looks like you got it nailed down pretty darn well. I'll leave it to the rest of the board members to comment, and I'll shut up.
Thank you, Jim. Jim, I don't see in here, and it's probably in here and I missed it, a window schedule. What are the windows and doors?
So I was on the Plans Review Subcommittee many years ago, and I saw a draft of a revised guidelines you guys are working on. Got to be at least 6 years ago because we were meeting in person pre-pandemic. So I know in that draft guideline 6 years ago, you guys were talking about accepting more than just solid wood, which I think is what the current guideline really says. So I would love to do a fiberglass window or an aluminum wood clad, but I wasn't sure what you guys were allowing at this point.
Yeah, so the guidelines that you're speaking to were revised 5-6 years ago, and metal clad wood is allowed, fiberglass is specifically disallowed. So if you want to do a metal clad wood door, that is perfectly within the guidelines.
Yes, we would do metal clad wood doors and windows.
Perfect.
I do
All right.
have one comment or concern. On your development zone, you have the properties that are in your development zone highlighted in the pink, and then yours is the red. Is there a way that you could just indicate which actual buildings are contributing so that we can kind of see like the one we're potentially talking about isn't contributing?
Basically, all of the main buildings. Let me share a different screen. I'll stop sharing this. I thought that might come up, so thank you for the question. And let me find the window I want to share. Is it that one?
No, I mean, I know it was part of your presentation saying that none of the
No,
were.
It wasn't as clear as this will be, I think.
Okay.
So can you guys see now the map Tucson screen?
Yes.
Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
So here's our building. Can you see my cursor?
Yep.
Yep.
So you'll see in all the primary buildings are listed as contributors and none of the outbuildings. And I don't know why, because I think some of them could have been when the application was put together. So this outbuilding at the other end of the block is the height precedent I was looking at. But yeah,
Yeah, I think if we could just get that development plan in your package, just clarified to like outline maybe the, the contributing properties or buildings versus the non-contributing. I think it's fine. I don't have any issues with you presenting. I just think that's one thing that would just make it more clear so we know
Yeah.
that the building you're talking about is not contributing, and so we're able to make a recommendation based on that.
okay. I'd rather not have to come back. So is there a way we
No,
could
no,
do
no,
that?
no, you don't have
Yeah,
to come
you won't
back.
have to come back.
Okay.
Just
You
make sure
All right,
that's
then
edited
I'll
as
take
you move
that.
forward. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we understand. And I
Yeah.
definitely understand the timeline stuff. I'm just saying, I think that would be the one thing just in the presentation, I think that was a little bit unclear. So,
Yep. Thank you.
And Jim, I think you might know, you from here go to the Plans Review Subcommittee for the Tucson Pima
Yeah.
County Historic Commission, and we're just, if you could put it in the package you're going to present to them, that would be good. That would help you.
Yeah, I would like to. I also would want to be able to say to them we're presenting exactly the same thing. So maybe I'll make that an auxiliary document that I
Well, you
submit.
can say, because it's going to wind up being a comment, and I imagine
Oh,
on,
that's true.
yeah,
so
you
just
should be
say,
able to submit it before.
as requested by WUZAB, we added this one drawing.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay.
Happy to do that.
So you're saying you're going to do clad wood windows and doors, right? It's not on your drawings. That's another thing I would want you to add to your drawing that you present to the PRS.
Yep.
Just either an actual formal window and door schedule, or at least some text that references that. That's part of what
It's on page 6. We just need him to take out the clad fiberglass.
The fiberglass.
It's that blue,
Yeah.
it's that little blue note there.
Oh, I can't. I'm sorry. I missed that. Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you could
It
just
was
edit
small.
that accordingly.
Yep.
Okay. Any other questions from the board? No? Hearing none?
Thank you, Jim, for a great presentation, and that's what we like to see. Makes our lives easier. And we're sorry we burden you with this process, but it is important. And
Yeah.
we appreciate your willingness to suffer through it. So thank you.
Suffering, we're having a little social gathering. So, okay. Can I have a motion? Please.
I can motion. Rachel,
Okay.
Sarah, I motion to approve as presented with the 2 edits that we discussed, one including removing the fiberglass note about the windows, and the second is to add either an additional drawing or edit the development zone to indicate the contributing buildings, not just the property.
I will second with maybe a comment saying, geez, we don't want it to get kicked back. So is her motion good enough to move forward, Michael? Wake up.
Yes, it will. So, Jim, what will happen is that you will need to do a revised design package, which will include the fiberglass recommendation that you remove, and then you will do a new development zone that will show the contributing and
Okay.
non-contributing properties. And then before we schedule you for PROS, that revised design package will be available. So PROS will review the same site plan and everything you have here, in addition to the revisions that you have done per West University request.
So you understand my
That's easy.
concern, Michael, is that I don't want to have the poor applicant have to come back to us again.
No, Jim, they'll not
I
be
think
coming back.
her motion
They
is
won't.
very clear. Let me finish my statement, please. I think it's very clear, and I just don't, I mean, I'm sorry, but I've been through this process on my own for my own personal projects, and we can make things complicated for people. And I want to make it smooth here. So I just want to make sure that our motion is not going to impede them moving forward through PRS. So, and I'll second it, as I stated.
I'll be careful as I word the law to reflect what Michael just said.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so Jim, you second. We have a motion, we have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, aye.
Aye. Jim Block.
Aye. I'm sorry, I heard one aye off. So Greg, did you say aye?
Yes.
And Lou, you said aye? Aye. Okay, perfect. All right. Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, Jim.
Thank you,
Great
Jim.
presentation.
Thank all of you. One quick question for Michael. Michael, if I got you those edits tonight, is there a chance we could go to PRS this week?
No, the agenda is
Okay.
already posted, Jim. But
All right. I'll get them to you tomorrow then.
thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you
All right,
guys
have a good
volunteering
night.
on this, and thanks a lot. Bye.
Thank you. Okay. Michael, any staff updates? Item 5.
The only update I can give to the board is that they hired a new historic preservation planner, so the burden is not all on Michael Taku alone now. So part of it is being reduced. I will still be managing West University for all your board meetings, minor reviews, and all that. I will be in charge of those. But for the other things, one other planner has been hired that is helping out. So, and then also to inform the board that we do have a lot of backlog because the office was just a one person. So most of the things are slow to come by, but slowly and surely we are catching up. I believe by the next 1 month or so, we should already be at a level where things will go a little bit more smoother. But we do accept and acknowledge that there have been a backlog that has made so many people frustrated, and we apologize for that.
Thank you, Michael.
And I'm one of those people who've given Michael grief. So
yeah,
it's there's something wrong. We got to fix this. Anyway.
Well, I'm glad to hear that there's a new planner coming on board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
This is it just, I'm sorry, guys. I asked to replace my shingles in June, and it still hasn't been approved.
No, Jim, it has been
No,
approved. I sent the
Michael,
approval to you
Michael,
today.
you finally sent the letter, but I still have to then resubmit the letter. It's not like you do it. I have to then exercise some stuff on my end. It is really troublesome. This needs to be fixed. We need to make shingle replacement easier.
I will.
Period. I'm done.
I will say.
Myself
Let
up.
me. I don't want to go too far down on this
Yeah.
path. Okay. I mean, appreciate your concern, Jim, and a lot of people have it. Jim, you just muted yourself. One of the process improvements going forward, it can't help people like Jim, is that myself and Michael and Joel Ireland from the PRS, for minor reviews, have gotten to where we're kind of doing it. We're not even having a meeting like this. Michael's sending us drawings and we're looking at them, and if they're okay, we're okay. There's a couple times, every once in a while we'll say, well, this doesn't look right. We need something, but we are able, like in a day or so, to turn minor review stuff once it gets to us. So that's helping. And Michael's been shooting. I probably have done, I don't know, Michael.
You've done about 7. You guys have done about
Yeah.
7 within.
Yeah. just in the past week.
Yeah.
And it's helping, but it's,
It
you know,
is.
it's going forward. It doesn't address the issues of the past. And I think getting a new planner is helpful as well.
I mean, I think those things will help, but this isn't super exciting news to hear, but the whole city takes forever on everything. It's not just historic review. It takes a long time, and it is over and over concepts and issues with the portal and things that I can't access, and then I have to call and talk to somebody, and there's anyone to talk to. So it's sending emails, it's calling. It takes a lot of extra time to get anything done. So it's not just, you know, the historic preservation issue. And I think overall they're understaffed and trying to figure out this portal, and there's issues with it on every level. So we appreciate the time you take, Michael, and the stuff that you do and your responsiveness when we do reach out. At least I've appreciated that. But it's a citywide problem, not just historic preservation. So, and I'm sure you're aware of that. And it's not just the city, the county and town of Ore Valley and town of Marana, and all of them it's real fun. I've spent a lot more time having to navigate these online portals and then updating them and then changing things. I'm spending a lot more time handling bureaucratic crap than just doing what used to be my job of like design and the fun part. There's a lot of
exists here in Idaho too, so don't.
it's everywhere. So yeah. We're not alone. We're not singled out, I guess is what I'm trying to say. It's everybody.
Mr. Chair, members of the board, in the Historic Preservation Office with the new Historic Preservation Officer, we are actually looking for ways and means by which we can make the historic preservation or historic design review much more friendly. We are very receptive to any ideas that the board can bring to us, can tell us, why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? So please, if you have any ideas that you think that we can do, I can always speak for the historic design review process that I manage. So if there is anything you think that we can do to make this easier, simpler, or even for you to review projects, if you think that there are certain things that we should be asking for from applicants or things like that, please let us know. We are more receptive to that. For example, what you asked from Jim Sauer today, him and I went through that so many times. And I said, Jim, you need to give me this. You need to give me this. He told me that he was on the plans review subcommittee. Michael, why are you trying to frustrate me? So I just left it like that. But that is something that I think now he knows. And now we know that the board needs that. So those are the kind of things that you can let us know. An applicant is coming to us. We want to see X, Y, Z. We can ask for those. We have a list. We try to go by the list, but sometimes it doesn't work that way. Secondly, what the chair has said is just a new thing. We try to change, to do a code change, to just eliminate this minor review or make it a staff review, or just to say things like a roof. It doesn't make a lot of sense for a roof change or a solar panel or a door change or a fence to take about 3 to 6 months for it to be approved. But when you look at it based on the code, this is really, really a tedious process. I do acknowledge that. And like Rich said, we have developed a new method of looking at this, which is helping. They have been able to review 7 minor reviews for me within the last week or so. So out of those 7, there are just about 2 of them or so that I want to set up a minor review. So those are some of things that we need your effort. And sometimes Rick may not be available. If you are open, I can always share those plans with some other members of the board. So it's not like Rick alone who is going to be doing it. If some other person volunteers to take a look at the plans, I can always send it to you. You just
I'm
send
okay to do
it.
that if you need to.
Thank you,
My
Rachel.
plate my
Appreciate
plate
that.
is is full, but I will definitely play second fiddle.
Thank you very much.
So
Thank you,
Because
Rachel.
that actually helps, because then it takes away all the time from you trying to schedule, trying to do this.
yeah, and I was gonna
Once-
say minor reviews were a challenge before, I don't live in the neighborhood, so I was always okay to help with them, but having to coordinate babysitters or between when I have to drop my kids off at school and all of these
Exactly.
things. So,
Exactly.
Desiree had sent one to me that was just like, oh, how does this look? And that was such a breath of fresh air to move these things through quickly, because
Yep.
we get it. We can look at the Google Street View. If there's something further that's confusing, like you said, let's plan one on site. But otherwise, I think that that's a really great change.
I'll
Okay.
be back in town October 1st, so
Okay,
Okay.
cool.
So
Watch
as
out.
many of you who can do it, it will help so that we can distribute. So Rick doesn't
Yeah.
have to do like 7 projects alone.
It's not that big of a deal to look at these drawings.
Yep.
It was burdensome, as Rachel said. I mean, for all
Yeah,
of
even
us
living
to
there,
have
I'm sure it was a pain to go and
to
Yeah,
physically
it
go to the
was.
site,
Yeah.
especially because you're just looking at a building and somebody's saying, well, I'm going to do as-like shingles. And I'm like, well, we probably all didn't need to come here for that.
right.
So we're
Yeah.
over that part. So that helps a little bit. It doesn't, make the process of, doing what we did tonight necessarily faster, but every little bit helps. And Michael, I appreciate your openness to further comments and suggestions.
Yep.
I know you have the sense from both Rachel and Jim. That's just a sample of 2 people, and there's a lot that are just like, this
Yep.
is just too much. Okay, let me, if I may, in the interest of time and our respect of all of our time, move on. Michael, item 6, are there future agenda items that the board needs to be aware of?
Yeah, we surely will have a meeting next month. I believe we have about 2 or 3 cases that are ready to come for your review. So for sure, there is going to be a meeting next month.
Okay. And then any
Do we
other?
have any update on the design review document process?
Which one is that?
So Michael, I don't, kind of looking at the law, Desiree was reviewing the design guidelines update, and I just wondered if she had a chance to do that, and how can we get some help on moving that forward a little bit?
Oh, okay. Is that what the question is on the design guidelines?
Yeah, our design
Yes.
guidelines.
Yes.
Desiree was
Design
going to
guidelines.
was going to go through those and make sure they're all copacetic. There's some
Can't
formatting.
believe how many people want to see the new guidelines.
Yeah,
It's
yeah, we really.
there's
In fact, we even heard it.
I'm kind of the repository of West University inquiries and stuff, and to have a new set of guidelines would
Would be very
really,
helpful.
really be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah.
And so, Mike,
so let me-
whatever we can do to help you on your side to move that forward would be grateful. It's curious how many comments I get, and it does help to have a clear understanding on how to deal with our friggin' process, which is not easy. Even
Yeah.
me, being on the board, had my trials
you
and
ask-
tribulations. So but with that, I'm gonna
Yeah, Michael, could you
Kinda shut
make a comment to Desiree, and perhaps next week or at her convenience, maybe she and I and you or whomever else just do a conference call and kind of walk through what do we need to do, who needs to do what to whom, and how do we?
Yes, Mr. Chair, I can do that. I do not believe that at this point in time, the board really needs to do anything. There's nothing that we're asking from the board at this point in time. At this point in time is a staff review period. We have, yes, Desiree is looking at it. We may come back to you for you to revisit certain aspect of the proposal. So once she's done reviewing that, she may come back to you with some suggestions that you may want to look at it, or she may come up to say, hey, look at this, maybe you can revisit this, you can revisit this. Once we get that done, then we're ready to move it forward.
Okay. Well, still, maybe it would be,
We can still have a meeting. I'm not objecting.
let's have a phone call and just
Yeah. I'll
talk
tell
about
her
it.
to call you. You can talk about it. But as
Perfect.
far as I know, there is nothing for the board per se to do at this point in time.
Okay.
It's mainly staff looking at it. I am pretty sure we may come back to you for you to revisit certain aspect of the guideline. So
Okay.
what we have come to the conclusion at this point in time is we want to look at these guidelines. Although West University is specific, each zone is specific on its own, there are certain things that are general, and we want to make sure that we're using the same language, the same thing for things that are required and which are even in the code. So this zone is not saying one thing, another zone is saying another. Those are the kind of things that we're trying to look at so that they can become not uniform, but want to make sure that whatever is being said is consistent.
Yeah. Okay. Well, it's still.
For example, when we're looking at the Fort Law design guidelines, the folks in Fort Law wanted to have the ability to define their own development zone, which was not something that we thought that was a good idea. So we are just looking at it, still establishing. I will let Desiree call you and you can talk, and then she will be the one to tell you exactly where we are at this point in time.
Okay. I would appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah. Okay.
So I have one last comment.
Yeah.
Jaden Fensky is on our Zoom list. Jaden, are you there? Are you listening?
Hi, yeah, I'm here. I'm just a member of the public. I was just interested in sitting in on the meeting.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And do you have any comments on our behavior?
No, the meeting was great. It was interesting to learn about some things that you guys were looking at in the reviews and stuff. I just have some questions just because I'm just interested in learning more about historic preservation. And I was wondering if you had any advice of like where to like go online to do like research about what you all do. Like I took a couple notes on um like the neighborhood compatibility worksheet and the historic design review checklist. I've listed a couple things I was gonna look at. And is there anything else you suggest?
Have you gone to our website?
Yes, I haven't looked through it all,
Well,
but
and we have design guidelines on our website that you should probably look at, and then they're getting updated, so they're not too far out of line.
Let me.
I was just kind of curious to see a lurker on our board meeting.
Oh yeah, it's just me.
Cool, and not seeing whom you were or space or whatever. Yep.
Oh gosh, you have my camera on now, so hi.
Yeah. That's cool. Anyway, sorry, dude. I just need to call you out. So.
Oh yeah, no worries.
Great. And love to have you in the neighborhood and hope to see you around. And I gotta have you volunteer for the beer booth to serve beer in the fall.
Okay. Wait. We're kidding.
I will get you there.
Sorry.
A little hasty.
All
It's
right.
okay.
No.
No, it's not that.
She was still recording.
But cool. Thank you for your advice. I appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right. Jay, I'm sending you my email address on the chat. You can just contact me offline and we can I can give you some more help on what you're looking for.
Okay, perfect.
Any questions you might have.
And Rick, feel free to share my email address with him as well if he has questions that are maybe out of your range. I'd be happy to help as well.
Okay. I'm giving you mine. I don't remember Rachel's off the top of my head.
Did you put it in the chat?
I just put it in the chat. Yeah.
Perfect. Yeah, I can add.
Yeah, I see here.
Yeah. Okay. I just want to be careful we don't have this meeting kind of get derailed before we have an opportunity to adjourn. Lou, did we answer your questions on the design guide? Do you have any other questions that you wanted to bring up for Michael?
Yeah, thank you. I just was looking to get the update there, and then, I'm sure the repository of inquiries like Jim, but I do get asked pretty consistently when the houses will be off the stilts in the neighborhood, the relocated houses.
Ooh, brother, that's
So I think
that-
a weird question. I'll
Michael,
answer me
do you
later.
have an answer to that?
Michael,
I
yes,
do not have an answer to
there
that.
is an application that I'm working on. They're trying to relocate I believe it's 1040 North Euclid. They're going to relocate like 2 houses now to their new place at 541 East Second or something. So there's a relocation that is going to happen pretty soon. I don't know the time when that is going to be relocated.
My understanding is Joel is kind of gotten himself into more than he can handle on his own. So we all need to help him and support him and go from there. It's all going to happen in a good way.
If I may, just for everybody's edification, since I know we all get asked, there is a sticking point between Joel and the city and Capstone over who is responsible for doing the next steps on those homes that have been relocated. And I wouldn't say it's stuck, but it's being adjudicated, and it's going to take some time. So if you get any questions, it's being worked, but no
answers yet. Fair.
No answers yet, and it's going to get worked. And I do believe not only the city from a PDSD point of view, but Ward 6 has gotten involved. So yeah, I'm pretty familiar with what the issues are. Don't really want to drag this meeting down, but it's kind of a little bit of a mess right this second.
No worries. It's
Okay.
it was just 2 things that have been dangling out
Well,
there
and
that
to be
I was
honest,
trying to
for
push forward.
everybody's benefit, this is one of the risks, I guess, that happens when moving. But that zone, those homes, because they're of the state that they're in, are a problem for the neighborhood. And Joel just had to pay a bunch of money to put new fencing around them because of issues. So it's being worked, and there is no timeline for it. Oh, well, I think the city thinks that they have a timeline in their mind that they want Capstone to do, but Capstone hasn't agreed. Okay.
Fair enough.
Good work.
Okay. All right.
So before you close, Mr. Chair, I want to again tender in my apology for actually starting this meeting late.
Oh, thank you, Michael. I'm glad I gave you a call.
Yep, I'm glad you did.
Okay. All right. Hearing no further discussion, it is 7 o'clock, and this meeting is adjourned. Everybody have a good night.
Thank you, Rick.
Thank you all.
Board members.
You bet.
I'll be in
Hi,
Tucson for
everybody.
the next
See you
meeting,
next
I think.
See you
Take
next
care.
week.